You fucking failure. Alright. What's up, everybody? Let's talk about failing. My favorite topic is I failed almost all my life. I'm not saying I'm successful now, but shit, the times I've fucking failed, insane. In fucking insane. Like, I think in my life, I have never met anybody more than me stumble and fall and get up again. Right? You have to fail. I'm sorry, but you will never get anywhere because it teaches you a lot. Because, when you fail the first time, it really teaches you a lot. It brings you back to somewhere. And I'm telling you, every year you fail once, and you have to. You have to, because that's the lesson of the year. And if you're not, you're lying. And if someone's like, I'm not failing, I never struggled, they're fucking lying. They're just hiding it. And that's okay. Like, everybody copes with it a different way, and you can maybe they don't like talking about their failure, but I don't mind talking about it. I've failed a bunch of times, academically, life wise, relationship wise, but I've learned from them. Of course, there's some people they won't dispute it for you, but it's okay. It's okay to fail. It's okay to fail again. It's okay to fail, but it's different if you do the same mistake 6 times. That's not failing. That's almost being an idiot. Failing for me, it's you tried your best, you did everything you can, and it just didn't work out. That's failing. I'm not saying failing in that is a good thing. It's not the best thing, but it's good because it shows where your weak spots are. And in life, you need weak spots because then it doesn't make you human. It makes you look stupid. If you, it's not stupid, but it makes you look kind of robotic if you don't have weak spots. If you just look kind of like, no, I don't want to say like perfect because that's also like a struggle. Because if you're like never somebody who failed, people think you're always like perfect. People think you can always achieve everything, and it's like it's their weak spot because they can never kind of be. I don't want to say free. Like they can. How can I explain it? They can never kind of be like themselves because people always expect the best. But I think failing is not a bad thing, and I don't have an advice of how to avoid it. I only have an advice of how to deal with it. And when it happens, you should just accept it and reflect. And I talk about that a lot in all my videos. And I'm telling you, the best way to handle failure is reflect. See where you struggled, see why it happened, what you should look out for next time. And you're probably like people around me never fail. It's not true. It's not true. If you think the people around you never fail, they definitely have. They just don't want you to do the same mistakes or the same type of failure, so they don't tell you about it. But I think that's really stupid. I think when you fail at something, you should talk about it because it makes you look more human. It makes you look more like you had a life. Because life is all about trial and tribulation. And when you have trial, you fail. You fail the experiment. Every scientist fails in their experiment. The first few times, I'm telling you, an experiment never happens the first time. Ever. Like this makeup palette, I am pretty sure the first time they made it was probably wonky as shit. But they perfected it. They failed, but they perfected it because they saw what was the flaws of it. And they were like, okay, this gotta go, this is gotta go, this is gotta go. That's what failure is. It's just the first try. You cannot be mad at the first trial now. If you're doing 6 trials and you can't fucking get it, it's okay. That's part of it. I think that feeling is great. I love when I fail. because I just know something better is coming. Because I think when you fail at something, it's just a way of the universe indicating that, like, okay, there's something better. That's why this one is not working. And then again, like, if you're like 40, like, I don't mean like, if you're failing academically, like, it is a big deal, but it's not a big deal. And for human beings, one thing we can learn is logic. Always get yourself back up. I'm like, my friends are all gonna graduate. Trust me, your friends that are gonna graduate are gonna struggle the same way. Because let me tell you something. Workplaces are crazy. They're gonna struggle too. Like, you have to understand everybody's failures are different. Some people it's academic, some people it's money, some people it's life itself. And you can't be bad at it. You can't like dwell in your failures or else you're never gonna progress in life. You have to see them as blessing. You have to see them as something maybe like saving you from not saying you. Oh no. You failed. Fucking look at what the fuck you said that because you did something you did wrong. Or look back on that paper, but don't ever like beat yourself over it. Don't fuck I can't do anything. No. It just shows maybe like you're weak at this and if you want to master it, look at your weak points and work them. It's like a blade. Failure is like a blade. If your blade is dull, you can't cut anything through. So what do? You literally saw your blade. You literally like saw your knife. So you're like, okay, I can cut it. And then after you're sawing, you cut it, and if it doesn't work, you're like, okay, maybe it's the technique. And you switch your technique. You switch your technique, and if it worked, then you know what you struggled at. You know what you're failing at. You know what is your weak point, and you make sure that never happens. That's literally what failing. Like it just shows you your weak point, and everybody has weaknesses. You have the choice whether to beat yourself over your weakness or take care of it. And a lot of people are like, failing is not permissible. You know, the people who tell you that are the people who fail the most. I'm telling you, the people who tell you that fail the most in life. And that's the secret to life. You're gonna fail and you get up from it. But they will never tell you that. Because people who fail are also fail. People who tell you that fail the most in life. They can never tell you to your face. People who tell you possible can never happen. They failed the most in their life. Trust me. Maybe they didn't fail yet, but they will. And when they will, oh shit, you're gonna know. Or they will not say anything and they don't want you to discover how to do it. They're fucking greedy. You'd be surprised. Like, one of my uncles always said that. Like, he always said, like, failure is not acceptance. But he failed the most. Like, whenever he tells me about his life, like, he failed so many times, but he learned from it. But he doesn't look at it like that because he sees them as achievements. Because at one point, you have to see your failures as achievements. But if someone else, you tell them, they're going to see where you failed at, which is very, very normal. Like, of course, like, if I tell you about how my life went, you will see my failures, which probably at the time when it happened to me, I did see it as a failure, but I don't see it as a failure anymore because I achieved from it. I learned from it. That's why he keeps saying failure is not acceptable because it's not about you're not going to fail. It's about are you going to accept this or are you going to redeem from it? That's it. That's what failing is. You can either accept and be like, okay, I give up, or you can stand up and learn from your failure because everybody fails. Whether it's school, life, money, beauty, weight, I don't know, anything, everything, everybody fails. Some people choose not to give up. Some people do. Or you can either be the person who doesn't give up and tries something, or you can either be the person who's a loser and is going to complain to everyone how they failed at this and want pity. If I were you, I would never want to be the other person. I would want to be the person who learned from it, because it feels so much more better and glorious than that. And don't compare to yourself when you're the worst thing you can do when you're failing, because it doesn't matter like if that person like you don't know, maybe they had a bump and they like crossed it. So cross your bump. Stop thinking about like, oh my god, my family is this, my family is that. It's your life. Like it's your life. Your family can have money, can have gajillion dollars, but like, are they gonna come and live your life? No. You came in this world alone, and you're leaving this world alone. So remember that. Don't be afraid to fail. It teach you so much, and it will bring you in so many places. Anyway, like and subscribe.